trice. Real name, no gimmicks.
Two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Two trailer park girls go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside.
Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Guess who's back? 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 Guess who's back?
I've created a monster, cause nobody wants to see Marshall no more. They want Shady, I'm chopped liver. Well, if you want Shady, this is what I'll give you. A little bit of weed mixed with some hard liquor, some vodka that'll jumpstart my heart quicker than a shock when I get shocked at the hospital by the doctor when I'm not cooperating, when I'm rocking the table while he's operating. Hey! You waited this long to stop debating, cause I'm back, I'm on the rag and ovulating. I know that you got a job, Miss Cheney, but your husband's heart problem's complicating. So the FCC won't let me be, or let me be me, so let me see. They try to shut me down on MTV, but it feels so empty without me. So come on and dip, come on your lips, fuck that, come on your lips, and some on your tits and get ready, cause this shit's about to get heavy. I just settled all my lawsuits, fuck you, Debbie. Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I said this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. Little hellions, kids feeling rebellious, embarrassed, the parents still listen to Elvis. They start feeling like prisoners helpless, till someone comes along on a mission and yells, bitch! A visionary, vision is scary, can start a revolution, polluting the airwaves, a rebel. So just let me revel and bask in the fact that I got everyone kissing my ass, and it's a disaster, such a catastrophe for you to see so damn much of my ass. You ask for me, well I'm back. Fix your minutes and I'm tuning in, and I'm gonna enter in and up under your skin like a splinter. The center of attention, back for the winner. I'm interesting, the best things in wrestling, investing in your kids' ears and nesting. Testing, attention please. Feel the tension, soon as someone mentions me. Here's my 10 cents, my 2 cents is free. A nuisance, who sent? You sent for me? Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I said this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I just get a tasket, I go tit for tat with anybody who's talking this shit, that shit. Chris Kirkpatrick, you can get your ass kicked worse than them little Limp Biscuit bastards. And Moby, you can get stomped by Obi. You 36-year-old boy that fag blow me. You don't know me, you're too old, let go, it's over. Nobody listen to techno, now let's go. Just give me the signal, I'll be there with a whole list full of new insults. I've been dope, suspenseful with a pencil ever since Prince turned himself into a symbol. But sometimes the shit just seems everybody only wants to discuss me. So this must mean I'm disgusting. But it's just me, I'm just obscene. No, I'm not the first king of controversy. I am the worst things until Elvis Presley to do black music so selfishly and use it to get myself wealthy. Hey, there's a concept that works. 20 million other white rappers emerge, but no matter how many fish in the sea, it'll be so empty without me. Now this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me. I said this looks like a job for me, so everybody just follow me, cause we need a little controversy, cause it feels so empty without me.
It's coming to a close. I guess I should know that I'm never gonna see you again in a place that sells vintage clothes. I guess you should know that it hasn't been the easiest years for a band living in the throes. And then I see a smile between repetitive aisles of flannel shirts, and I thought you would show like a beautiful ghost caught in a saving throw. And I don't even care that it's over, and I don't even care there's a wall. That I won't ever look back for answers, and I won't ever look back at all. It's coming to a close. It's coming to a close. It's coming to a. I guess I should know that the softer severed phase, the words remain as shown in the summer snow. Well, it hasn't been the easiest years in a life that hasn't let you go. And then I see a smile between repetitive aisles of well-worn dirt, and I thought you would show, I thought you would show, I thought you would show. And I don't even care that it's over, and I don't even care there's a wall. I won't ever look back for answers, and I won't ever look back at all. And I don't even care that it's over, and I don't even care there's a wall. I won't ever look back in anger, I won't ever look back at all. It's coming to a close. It's coming to a close. It's coming to a close. It's coming to a.
I've been fucking hoes and popping pills, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. Fucking with me, call up on the Uzi and show up and then the shot dies. When my homies pull up on your block and make that thing go grata-ta-ta. Switch my whip, came back in black, I'm starting saying rest in peace of Bon Scott. Close that door, we blowing smoke. She asked me light a fire like a Marsan. Act a fool on stage, probably leave my fucking show in a cop car. She was legendary through a TV, I don't wait no other montage. Cocaine on the table, liquor pouring, don't give a damn. Dude, your girlfriend is a groupie, she just trying to get in. Saying I'm with the band. Ay, ay. Now she acting out of pocket, trying to grab up on my pants. For the bitches in my trailer say they ain't got a man, and they all brought a friend. Yeah, I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. Fucking with me, call up on the Uzi and show up and then the shot dies. When my homies pull up on your block and make that thing go grata-ta-ta. I've been in the hills, fucking superstars, feeling like a pop star. Drinking Henny, bad bitches jumping in the pool and they ain't got a no bra. Hit her from the back, blowing on the tracks and now she's screaming out, blowing my ass. They're like why you got 12 colors and you only got 6 cars. I ain't with the kicking, how you kiss that? Your wifey say I'm looking like a whole stack. Green hundreds in my safe, I got old racks. LA bitches always asking where the coke at. Living like a rock star, smash out on a cop car, sweeter than a pop tart. You know you are not hurt. I done made a hot shot, never used to trap hard. Living like a rock star, living like a rock star. I've been fucking hoes and popping pillies, man, I feel just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star. Fucking with me, call up on the Uzi and show up, they name the shot dots. When my homies pull up on your block, they make that thing go grata-ta-ta.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It has been, unfortunately, it's been a little bit since I've done an official nerdy live episode. And guys, okay, I had to do some counting the other day because I'm sure you noticed we're reusing some of the old nerdy live thumbnails. So obviously in those thumbnails we use the episode numbering. And guys, over 200 episodes of this live show. 200 episodes and I get like 5 concurrent viewers if I'm lucky. But hey, that says more about my lack of talent more than anything else. But I digress, guys. We have to talk about people who have even less talent than myself today. That is right. We're talking about an ex-Tumblr girl, a gay furry that loves Scar from The Lion King, and a white Arab who, despite being a millionaire, talks about how we need to eat the capitalist pigs that keep us down on society. I have missed quite a bit, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you're ready for a very long show because, we have a lot to go over. I have my cup of coffee with me. I made sure, I know it's not the morning anymore, for California it's the morning, but Eastern Standard Time, the real standard for broadcast radio. It's not morning anymore, but I made sure to start this stream early enough because, my God, this is going to be a long one, ladies and gentlemen. And you know what? I'm sorry. We're going to have to do the shilling, for the shekels and all that good stuff. If you want to support the live stream, I highly recommend that you retweet the link to this stream. Tell your friends, tell your family members, tell your worst enemies about the show because we are Nerdy Live. And I'm excited to finally be doing a show, but enough filibustering. Partly because I'll be honest, the only reason why we're talking about this one first is because I have her shit pulled up. I love Kim Possible a lot. Now, okay, first off, okay, you guys know I'm a notorious sexist on the internet, so it's bad enough, right? It's bad enough that she's a woman making content on the internet, right? That's bad enough alone. It's bad enough that she's a white woman doing it too. But that fucking username, I love Kim Possible a lot. Tell me, guys, can you tell, like, This has like the same energy as like Sub-Zero Killer 69, like old Xbox and PS3 gamer tags. You know what I mean, folks? Like, come on, can you get any more fucking cringy than this? Listen, whatever. I forget what her fucking real name is. But like, listen, IloveKimPossibleAlot. I get it. You made that when KP. Okay, we'll nickname KP. We'll just call you KP. Listen, KP, I get it. You know, when you were 14, you really loved Kim Possible. I get it. I get it. You loved Kim Possible. It was the best show ever. Actually, it is a pretty decent show. Came out the same year I was born. Fun fact. Came out the same year I was born. But come on, girl. Hang on, let me get more a bit zesty in this. Girl, you gotta drop that. You gotta drop that, girl. Yeah. Dude, I wonder why I don't have a lot of concurrent viewers. Oh yeah, it's because I do weird shit like this. Anyway, to sum up, because this revolves around the Saber Spark situation, which, by the way, I know Cope and Steve made like additional content based off of that. I might go over that at some point, maybe in like a Patreon only. I'm not Patreon only, membership only live stream. But we're talking about KP's involvement in this, because she was the one who originally spearheaded the accusations against Saber Spark that he was a rapist and that, you know, he just loves raping. Yeah, oh, dude, okay, I gotta be careful with what I say. I don't want this stream to get fucking taken down. Anyway, KP, oh, you know what, we'll spoil it a bit. KP, listen, girl, home slice, my home girl, I know you have a bad habit of like taking down people's live streams if they show your content. Girl, I'm just gonna let you know now, if you go after me, it's a bad idea, cause like, I'm just letting you know, like, I don't do this as like a full-time job, right? This is like a hobby for me, and like, I have nothing to lose, right? I will do some petty bullshit if you try going after me, girl. I'm just letting you know. I'm saving you the trouble, girl. Well, I think the reason why she struck Cope and Steve and then the op block was because they have in terms of like live viewership, they have a lot of live viewers, and I'm sure she did not like being made fun of by them. I'm sure they're gonna be. You know, the funny thing is, like the op block. I'm sure the op block and Cope and Steve were a lot nicer about it than I will be. Because you're a fucking bitch. That's what you are. You're a white bitch who has nothing better to do with her life. Because you have no fucking talent. That's right. You have no fucking talent. You're a waste of fucking space on the internet. Somehow. Even though the internet is full of fucking millions of fucking useless shit. You are the waste of space, KP. I want you to remember that. You add nothing of value. She wasn't embarrassed having rotting fish in that box. What the fuck? You're gonna cover KP's privacy complaints? Oh yeah, dude, we're covering everything I missed. Okay, we're gonna talk about the horses. We're gonna talk about the dogs. We're gonna talk about the fucking Tumblr bullshit. And listen, guys, again, if you want to support the live stream, I highly suggest that you retweet the stream, because I'm trying to get some people in here so that way, you know, we can have a watch along. Okay, I mean, listen, I love laughing. I love laughing at white women. You love laughing at white women. I think we should do it, folks. Okay, so like the first thing I do want to check out before we check out other people's videos on KP, because yes, guys, this is going to be a very long stream. I am just warning you, because the KP stuff might be like 2-3 hours, maybe, depending. This is gonna be a long show, guys. Like, and we got the Hasan stuff to cover, which granted, it's probably gonna be the shortest. And then we have the YMS stuff too. So I'm just warning you guys, it's gonna be a long show. Buckle up, grab a snack, grab a drink. This is gonna be fun.
Discusses sensitive topics, including grooming, power dynamics.
I hate her voice. Is that too mean to say already? I hate her fucking voice. And why is that chat not appearing? There we go. I fucking hate her voice. Her shrill fucking voice. I hate it already, chat. Am I being needlessly mean? Maybe. But I just want to state how much I hate this woman. I hate this woman. Okay?
And online harassment. Viewer discretion is advised.
Viewer discretion is advised, chat. We're discussing some sensitive topics. Oh, I forgot I had fucking volume on my phone, so that way. So congrats on surpassing 3K. Thank you. Grab your copyright strikes and jump in. Yeah, let's just jump into it.
18 plus content warning. Do not harass.
Oh no, 18 plus content. Oh no, chat. We can't watch this now. Fuck you, you fucking dumb bitch.
Harass anyone discussed in this video. Hi everyone, welcome to the video. For those who don't know me, I'm the YouTuber IloveKimPossibleAlot, which is a very long name, but I'm known as KP on online space.
You could have easily rebranded a few years ago, but she decided not to do that. She decided not to do that. Because she's dumb. She's a dumb fucking bitch.
I mostly do Disney and cartoon and media analysis, but we aren't here for that today. Today we're here to talk about another video I did recently that didn't go over so well. The video—
You know, guys, you can see I made a bit of an oopsie. You see, I made a bit of an oopsie, guys. Please forgive me. I'm just a white woman trying to do what's right.
Oh, we are so back misogynist. Yes. Yes. You see, the problem is there wasn't enough misogyny. Okay, while I was gone, there was no misogyny. I'm back. Misogyny's back. All right. KP gives us a good excuse to hate white women. You know, it's good. It's good.
The video was intended to be a conversation about problematic behaviors in online spaces, community safety, especially concerning children, and my own experiences regarding certain YouTubers and content creators.
All my own experiences with these YouTubers. What was it? You guys had like an... You know what I think it was? I think you're mad he didn't fuck you. I think that's what it is. I think you're mad he didn't fuck you. I think that's what it all stems from. Because you guys mentioned how like he was like... Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but if I remember everything correctly in like Cope and Steve's like first video discussing all of this, didn't they have like a weird sort of like awkward friendship where it's like she thought he was like coming on to her, and then I think in his response video was like, no, I was not doing that. But yeah, I think she was just upset that he didn't fuck her.
Named
And
this video.
and he fucked the girl that fucked the Sonic voice actor.
However, even the
It's good
best
to
of
be back.
intentions can go awry, and it's safe to say that mine certainly did, causing unintended harm and confusion in a situation where clarity and
Causing unintended harm and confusion. Oh yeah, because like the intended harm. Dude, can we? She tried to cancel someone who like made a weird joke like 10 years ago. Now, granted, I think the joke was that like the guy like. What was the joke the guy made? He made a joke about like how like he like had her panties or some shit. I don't know, something sexual along those lines, right? And granted, right, it's a fucked up joke to make. You don't have to like that joke, but it's a joke he made 10 years ago that isn't really relevant to the drama, and it was handled, right? It was handled in their own way. Like, it's just, I don't know, it was needless in the video, and it just made it clear that it was a fucking hit piece that you were trying to make to cancel someone. You weren't trying to tell a victim's story. You were just out for your own fucking clout. You thought you could use that dumb bitch. But you ignored the fact that her story had a fucking shit ton of holes in it.
resources are paramount. The video in question went live on
He made a joke. He made a tribute in her shirt. Oh, okay. Thank you, K-Huck. Everyone, say hi to K-Huck. Say hi to K-Huck. The one of the few white women this show approves of.
on my channel in May earlier this year, being removed within hours of upload since I understood the message did not come off as what I intended.
Oh god, who was that? And who was that one brony? Who was that one brony that like Sorry if you hear background noise, by the way. I hear some people in the hallway doing some cleaning. But like who was the brony who like tried to like jump off a bridge because like they didn't like that everyone was criticizing them of how they went about the situation? Dan Burst, thank you, Mr. Gamer. Dan Burst, yeah, that fucking crazy ass motherfucker.
I haven't yet spoken on the issue publicly, choosing to take time and space to be able to address legitimate concerns of the video with a clear head and level emotions. For those of you who still have no idea what I'm talking about, earlier this year I released a video about the online actions of DA Games associates Chris Deficiados and Will Ryan, another YouTuber named Steven.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like you slapped. I remember that now. Yeah, you slapped on the Saber Spark allegations towards the end of that video, which was totally unneeded. By the way, why do like I know funny coming from me, considering like originally this channel was meant for like reviews, but like I knew I wanted to like pivot into that content, like commentary content. You just and like whenever someone criticizes you when you cover drama content because you're terrible at covering drama content, you're like, guys, I'm just a cartoon reviewer. I'm just a little old cartoon reviewer, guys. Please don't be mad at me. Like, come on. It's like, come on. You fuckers. You such Weasley fucking cowards, the lot of you who fucking do this. Mr. Gamer as well. I know, what was it? Like, Just a Robot trying to brand himself as like he's just a reviewer. He just likes talking about media. No, you fuckers are all weasels and cowards and should be all laughed at.
Or Saber Spark, and the association between them that creates a dangerous space for minors to occupy. Included in the video was my own testimony of interactions with Steven, as well as third-party testimony of additional interactions with Steven. The third-party testimony includes accusations of SA from a person named Emily, accusations I platformed on a video that in hindsight wasn't suited for testimony that heavy. Some other notable
You don't say.
issues that were pointed out about my video was the tone. The general consensus was that the tone throughout the video was jokey and that I came across as making light of some serious accusations and conversations, as well as my social media postings leading up to the release of the video. My postings came across as bragging, clout chasing, and once again, that I was making light of a serious situation. I'd like to firstly apologize for anyone who was hurt by my tone, both throughout the video and on my socials. My joking
I want to apologize for anyone who was hurt by my tone.
and memeing was contained to my own experiences as I deal with my own trauma that way. I make dark jokes and make light of my own situations, something I didn't realize was not universal and might come off as if the tone pertained to anyone's experiences that weren't my own. And I do want people—
Guys, I only make dark jokes to like soothe my own trauma. I wasn't trying to make fun of anyone's trauma. I was— check out KP's community tab. Oh no. What is it? What? Did we make it, chat? Did we make it? Oh no. I thought you posted about the stream. You had me all excited there for a moment. Hi everyone. I've seen all the feedback and reactions over the past few days and just want to acknowledge I'm aware of them. And there's a lot to take in. I don't think I can respond to everything right now in a way that would do it justice, but for the time being, I'm taking some space to listen, reflect, and process everything before deciding on how to move forward. When I do revisit this, I like to talk about a bigger cultural context rather than focusing on any one person or situations. Thank you for your patience, giving me the room to approach this thoughtfully. And when was this tweeted? When was this tweeted again? Yesterday. So I guess her logic is let's just fucking strike everyone down. God damn. Oh, and that was posted the 7th. Goddamn, crazy white one.
to understand that it was directed at my own experiences, but I'm sorry that it didn't translate properly. Another thing I'd like to personally address is Courtney Pete and her treatment of another CSA survivor in the live chat of the video premiere. I've spoken to both Courtney and the affected individual, apologize on Courtney's behalf, and going forward, since she doesn't want to apologize herself, I'm cutting public ties with her. While I can't control the actions of another grown individual, I can control how and if she is associated with my work and channel. Now I'd like to take some time to go over my original intentions of the video, the conversation I wanted to start and the messages that fell short. Steven, or Saberspark, employs an editor by the name of Chris, who owns a Discord server. Chris is also employed by Will, who owns the DA Games Discord server. There are a lot of names to keep track of right now.
The connections there. The numbers, Mason. The numbers. It's all coming together.
Will has a past of posting pornographic, racist, incestuous, and anti-Semitic content in both his
What the fuck? What? Who is that? Is that Kermit the Frog as Hitler? What the fuck? I don't know. This seems kind of funny. I don't know. This seems funny to me.
past of posting pornographic
Oh, that's not so funny. Those are my. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Let's skip past that. Let's skip past that. That's not so funny though. That's porn. That was corn of minors. Of two minor anime characters. Okay, maybe okay. Jesus. Fucking Christ.
his own server, the DA Game server, having
Girl, why did you think that was okay? Like, you censored it, obviously, but like, come on, girl. Rev would love that. Oh no. Jesus fucking Christ. You dumb bitch.
children as young as 11, maybe young.
By the way, I'm 11. XD, you're fine though. I'm 2 years older, lol. But see, you called your age out higher. You think that kind of stands out as older than your age. What is this conversation?
Younger with access to these posts. Not only do children as young as 11 have access to this content, but there are also children as young as 12 given mod status.
But life itself is not about age. It is indeed about the level of maturity. Now, to abusers who called out about fact, I think they meant the fact that this mod is 12, and you call the mod out to have you fucking seen who I am? I'm 24, still act young enough to be in school, but guess what people love about the channel? I'm pretty sure that. What?
The same server also has a
What is with these people and poorly censoring stuff like this and posting in their videos? And it's still up. Okay. I think if her video's still up, I think the stream's gonna be fine. But still, like, fucking Jesus.
man accused of and arrested of child grooming. This is Will's own views on how.
Okay, so it has been brought to my attention that there are 3 names, not gonna name them, who have been abusing our mod. Again, a no name, but I'm pretty sure you know who you guys are. Calling out because of the age that they shouldn't be allowed, time and time again. I can't believe I have to keep mentioning this, but mods are placed not on age, but maturity. If we took a 41-year-old who acted like a 5-year-old, and a 12-year-old who acts 26, okay, first off, this is just like how you should operate. If like, I don't know, I don't think a 12-year-old should have mod status. You get what I mean? Like, if you don't know the age, I guess that's one thing. And you think they're an adult. But, like, you knowing that they're a 12-year-old and you're giving them mod, I think that's a bit weird. But it's like, okay, so, like, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong here, but, like, if she had this shit, why was none of this shit in the video? maybe it was, and I just didn't see that section because we mainly focused on like the Saber Spark stuff. But like, it seems like she's just pivoting. Like, okay, well, like I was wrong about Saber Sparks, but like still, here's this. You know what I mean?
How children should be interacted with online, with some 12-year-olds are more mature than some 40-year-olds. I'd like to point out that this is groomer mentality. This is the same sort of language used to make a child feel special and grown up when receiving inappropriate attention from grown people online or off. Not to mention that Discord's own terms of service state that the users must be 13 to even be on the platform, terms Will and Chris seem to be happy to help children break. How and why does this pertain to Steven? Well, frankly, I see an issue with the content creator employing someone who directly contributes to inappropriate interactions with children online by providing a space where it's normalized, welcome, and defended. I see an even bigger issue when that content creator has a history of posturing himself against child predators as being the voice that calls them out, but is fine to employ people who do this very thing he himself has condemned in the past. And it isn't as if Steven has no idea that this was going on under his nose. I myself had reached out to him directly and through at least 2 different people to look into the issue and do something about it. Despite my repeated efforts to bring this issue.
Okay, but like I have like, from what I remember, we read like the emails exchanges and stuff, and it's like I don't think you provided him any evidence. If I remember correctly, you didn't provide any evidence to him. Now, granted, it has been like a couple months since we've covered this, so if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But like, I don't know, it just seemed like, and given the context of like you going after him for a joke he made 10 years ago, it seemed like you were just more vindictive of like the guy made a weird joke towards you a couple years ago, and so like you wanted him like ousted. That's how it came off.
Issue to his attention, Steven never spoke to me or commented on the issue. Meanwhile, he was supposedly talking to someone else about the same issue with a third party, not to mention the fact that Chris himself has admitted to and bragged about a little sex crime that Steven brushed off as a sex joke. It should also be noted that—
But you conceded to it was a joke though. You can hang on. Okay, we're jumping ahead here. Where is it? Because like there's a part where you like acknowledge that it was a joke. Hang on, is it here?
Apologized to KP about 2 years ago, and secondly, this was a joke. But with Chris, you've got literally the reverse of that situation where he does admit it's a fuck up, says that he's sorry, and it's like that feels like it's not enough 2 years later. So yeah, I kind of want to be clear about that, because I think that's something that you are going to catch flack for. Chris made up a gross story.
Okay, yeah, okay. So like she was like, she's been told by multiple people. She's conceded that it was a joke. I just.
In all of Steven's responses to the allegations, he has still not spoken on, condemned, or cut ties with Chris, Will, or DA Games. And once again, for someone who not very long—
And considering the like dislike ratio on this, I'm curious what the comment section says. Let's take a gander, shall we? I hear those of you who feel this video has missed the mark. Steven, I'm just not that into you. No, ma'am. It was made clear he wasn't into you. Damn. Oh no, I have no idea what this is referencing. I'm guessing it's talking about later on. I'm cutting public ties with Courtney. Or does that mean you're still friends with her behind the scenes and this is just a performative act? Ooh. Party ended 7 years ago and bro's still here. You're not coming back from this, just saying. I love how you barely spent time addressing the actual criticism towards you. More time in allegations that may or may not be true. And the winner of the Source Trust Me Bro award goes to... Oh, damn. Chat, they're not liking this one.
ago had plenty to say on whether Gabriel Brown was or wasn't a groomer, that child predation online is terrible, and he himself has been abused as a child, it seems odd that he has nothing to say about his own employees' child predation even to condemn it, let alone him excusing masturbation onto a stranger's clothes, a biohazard, and sexual harassment as a joke. And now on to Emily. In regards to Emily,
yes, those things are fucked up, but yes, they can be joked about. Anything can be turned into a joke, no matter the seriousness of the situation. Now, everyone's got their personal limits, right? Like, I have my own personal limits, but that doesn't mean that they aren't jokes. They're just, like, being dickhead jokes. You get what I mean? Yeah, hopefully I'm making some sense here. Oh, yeah, I did see that Emily did, like, an hour-long video for clarity on the allegations. Honestly, this stream's gonna be long enough as it is. I don't want to go over those quite yet, but if you guys want to, I mean, I can do a members only live stream where we like talk about the video, because it like that video itself is like an hour long. So like, my God, the reaction to it has to be at least like 2 or 3 hours. So oh, the stream's gonna be so long.
Emily's testimony and accusations against Steven, she has released her own video that will be linked in the comments, and I encourage people to go watch it and hear her story from her own mouth. While I don't regret believing someone, I do understand that I wasn't the best equipped to be the person breaking a story like that to the public for the first time. When it came to other people's coverage of the situation, whether or not they had spoken to me in person, a lot of my intent with the video and what I chose to platform in it was assumed. Concerns to me that are still much legitimate were and continue to be brushed off as clout chasing or jealous woman scorn mentality. People who have never spoken to me or heard my side of anything spoke with absolute authority on my intentions and desires, and people who did speak to
Well, yeah, because they can infer that your actions are malicious. Because and this is according to like people from like the brony community and shit, that you're a clout chasing whore.
To me in person painted our conversations in a different light when presenting them to our own respective audiences. This led to a good number of people speaking down to me, harassing me, and sending me death threats, largely based on the assumption that I was a bitter, jealous, stupid woman targeting an innocent, successful, intelligent man.
I'm glad you're acknowledging your mistakes. Oh, guys, I am so in trouble if I am so in trouble if anyone I see sees this.
For the sin of not dating
like, oh,
me.
you're a thanks
To
piece
which
of
I'd
shit.
like to respond by saying, Steven, I'm just not that into you. The same brush was used to paint over Emily's accusations and intentions, with even less people speaking to Emily herself. More can be learned about her experiences in the video linked below. Steven, however, was given grace, room to respond, and direct personal support from the same people claiming to be an objective voice of reason throughout the situation. When given his own testimony on the accusations leveled against him, his own lapses in memory are not painted as proof of malicious lie. His own incorrect recollection of events, as proved by the—
Well, okay, this is the thing with that whole situation, I will say. I mean, granted, okay, this is as someone who, like, watched the response video that Steven made and then admittedly didn't really see much of Emily's video. But with the evidence that, like, I had access to, at least at the time, I'm sure, I don't know if, like, Beckett or Falgi have, like, uncovered some more damning stuff. As far as I'm aware, as far as my knowledge is, like, how to word this correctly. To my knowledge, it is a he said, she said, and we have no evidence of either or being right. Because the problem is, all of their sexual interactions happened, I believe, well over a decade ago. Like, well over a decade ago, if I'm remembering correctly. Well over a decade ago. So, yeah, it's... unfortunately, at that point, you play team sports. Who do you like more? Do you like Emily more? Do you like Saber more? And like, honestly, like, you know, I can't really believe that kind of thing without evidence, because like, what are we supposed to do in this situation? You know, like, no evidence whatsoever. Yes, it was a decade ago at a convention. Yeah, exactly. And unless one of them had their BlackBerry phone out, you know. Well, a decade ago. Why am I thinking it's like the mid 2000s? So it would have been like 2013, 2014. So like the iPhone was a thing. So, but like still, unless one of them was recording in 480p, I doubt there's like any way to uncover any evidence.
The screenshots he himself provided are not painted as proof of a malicious lie.
I mean, you say you pulled away from her for the next 2 months, but I mean, because I've seen your DMs with her. Yep. So if you pulled away from her, I mean, it wouldn't be for months, Saber.
Not months. I would say. I mean, I'd say November. No, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm getting my the increments wrong. But it was. I would say for the rest.
Wow, like this dude's having a hard time remembering shit from like a decade ago. The horror. Yeah, unfortunately, when it comes to shit like this, you have to remember the exact fucking detail. Because if you don't remember the exact detail, you could be fucking screwed.
Rest of November.
His own admission of trying to force a woman to take a pregnancy test against her will is not seen as a violation of consent, privacy, and bodily autonomy, but instead as a horrible event he was made a victim of by the girl he had targeted.
Into the convention on a Sunday. I remember going over to her hotel, being like, I'm like, we have to get this test. Like, I need to know the answer before I head home, so I can know what's going on. I got the pregnancy test, came back, and I'm like, please, can you take this? And she goes, okay, you know, because it was time's up, and she said, okay, I'll do it. And she took it, and it was negative. And I remember afterwards, I was like almost dumbstruck with relief. At that point, I started forming this opinion in my head where I'm like, did she just baby scare me to keep me in her life? That was the emotion surging through my head.
Damn, brother, I relate to that. The evidence we have is from the text messages between them. Oh, is there still text messages between them? I think there might have been like 1 or 2 messages shown in like a couple of videos from what I remember. But if I remember, like, I would imagine like they're like more than amicable, right? Robin, I imagine if she was like hostile towards him, you probably would have mentioned that already.
Head, along with relief.
Admissions of being where he was accused of being and when are not painted as plausibility that what he is accused of is true. Instead, it's painted as proof that he is telling the truth and the accused victim is lying for clout. For objective coverage of what was supposed to be a serious situation, there seems to be a lot of sweeping for Steven. Standards that myself and Emily were and continue to be held to are not standards that he needs to meet. So moving forward, how can we—
Because he's not the accuser. You're the accusers. He like as far as I'm aware, Steven's provided everything he possibly can. He's provided his testimony, and he's provided, I assume, the text messages. Like, I don't know, man. This is why you should just don't date internet celebrities. Just don't date people. Don't date your fans. Don't date online celebrities. It's all gonna go fucking shit in the end. And there's gonna be like a YouTube video made on it. So just date a rando. Date someone IRL. Date someone who touches grass, guys. You can avoid all of this.
As the online community do better? What changes can we make to improve child safety or our fandom space?
And Saber doesn't have a history unlike Emily. Yeah, Emily, like she 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 slept with the Sonic voice actor. Didn't she sleep with like a couple of people to like get like voice acting roles? Dude, if I remember correctly, wasn't she on like Dr. Phil as like a teenager because she was a teen mom, right? Do I remember that correctly? She was on Dr. Phil, wasn't she?
What kind of conversations should we be having? How about power dynamics and fandom spaces and the people that abuse them? Creators turning their fan bases into dating pools? Grooming behaviors passed off as normal internet interactions? These were the kinds of conversations I was intending to spark with my last video. This was my intent. And with the end of the video, I'd like to close off with a note about accountability. Throughout the whole ordeal, I have seen a lot of people attributing my lack of response to mean a lack of accountability, that I was avoiding the controversy and that I was trying to erase or ignore it. Something I invite the audience to think about is what accountability is,
She was.
what it
Okay,
looks like,
thank
and
you,
what
Chad.
it isn't.
Thank you.
Someone jumping to respond as soon as possible or through as many avenues as possible is not indicative of taking accountability, especially if that response is to victimize/murder yourself in the face of accusations and criticism. True accountability is stating whether or not you did something on its face, regardless of any intentions or effect, and without excusing yourself or attacking the accuser. Example, I made the original video. It was bad, and I understand that. Jumping to dismiss someone as cloud chasing and trying to justify why what happened isn't the word they're using is not accountability. It's obfuscation and defense. And you didn't need to defend something that didn't happen. Anyway, this was heavy. I'd like to thank everyone who stuck it out this far, as well as a special thanks to my fans who allowed me the space to respond before forming an opinion about my intent. In the meantime, I've tried to be positive and I'm working on something that is not YouTube adjacent, and maybe I can share it with.
All right. Enough of that. So we can either watch Mr. Enter's video or Cope and Steve's video, and if I'm being completely honest, I'd rather watch Cope and Steve's video. So let's begin, shall we? Let's see them debunk all of this, because like obviously I can see some of the issues with her explanation video, but obviously I'm not as well versed with the drama as Cope and Steve are. So let's see what they have to say about it.
Hi everyone, welcome to the video.
IloveKimPossibleAlot has finally released her response video, and to the surprise of precisely nobody, she has learnt nothing from this entire saga. Now, normally, I'd just do a stream segment and go over it, have a laugh, make some super chats, but in this case, I'm actually so annoyed by this response video that I think KP deserves something all to herself. So what we're going to do today is not just go over her response, but I'm also going to release many of the interview segments that for one reason or another were never included in the original video, as well as my DMs with KP, because I want to give you a glimpse behind the curtain, a peek into who KP really is, because this woman is lying to you, and if she's not going to tell you the truth, then I will. Let's get into it.
All right, let's see what she's lying about, chat. I'm excited. Hope you guys got some snacks, some popcorn, something. Let's dig in. Well, that's a
Let's
nice
begin
intro.
by talking about KP's response video itself, because it's actually a fairly wild ride of deflection. KP begins the video by taking accountability for at least the tone of the content. You know, that thing precisely 5 people cared about, one of whom was Brony Fandon't? If you're wondering whether KP really addresses the actual issues people have with her, the answer is of course she doesn't. In fact, if anything, she actually doubles down and adds new, unheard accusations into her response for some reason.
The same server also has a man accused of and arrested of child grooming.
Now, I personally have never looked into the DA Games story, and I don't intend to start now, but what is interesting here is that KP just cannot help herself. She is basically a female just a robot, unable to contain her vindictive rage against the people she feels have wronged her. And once again, KP just throws this accusation out there in a trust me bro moment, and firstly, I'm not even sure what the accusation is. KP, are you claiming that Will and DA Games are knowingly harboring sexual predators for some reason? This, of course, is just the beginning of the problem, because you can't trust KP. She lies all the time. For example, let's just look at how she frames the story with Chris.
Not to mention the fact that Chris himself has admitted to and bragged about a little sex crime that Steven brushed off as a sex joke.
KP is lying to you here. Once again, firstly, Chris apologized to KP about 2 years ago. And secondly, this was a joke. But with Chris, you've got literally the reverse of that situation where he does admit it's a fuck up, says that he's sorry. And it's like, that feels like it's not enough 2 years later. So, yeah, I kind of want to be clear about that, because I think that's something that you are going to catch flack for. Chris made up a gross story, and I'd ask you to bear in mind, this was over a decade ago. Yet, KP chooses to reframe this here into a sex crime. There is a whole section in the first video where KP and I talk about Chris. But make no mistake, KP wants to see this man fired and his entire life ruined for it.
You made one gross joke 10 years ago. I will ruin your life, KP. Damn, man. She got that Bo Blacksian sense of vengeance.
This section also lets us move on to Saberspark, because not only is KP not sorry for leveling false rape accusations against him, she also starts claiming he was abused as a child, showing a screenshot that does not say that, as some sort of bizarre weaponized gotcha.
And once again, for someone who not very long ago had plenty to say on whether Gabriel Brown was or wasn't a groomer, that child predation online is terrible, and he himself has been abused as a child, it seems odd that he has nothing to say about his own employees' child predation even to condemn it, let alone him excusing masturbation onto a stranger's clothes, a biohazard, and sexual harassment as a joke.
Now, right from the off, KP has always been looking for a way to go at Saberspark. Not just with the accusations themselves, but even in my early conversations with her, KP seems to view the potential of Saberspark's guilt as a potential way for her to save herself.
Is there any other alarming behavior that Saber's displayed publicly? Not anything like this, obviously, but like that is displayed publicly, like anyway, that people are concerned about?
Honestly, I mean, Saber seems to me, having gone through kind of what's in front of me.
By the way, big ups to Beckett for always being able to have conversations with these weirdos. Dude, I'll be honest, I don't think I have the patience to like have all these conversations. Because, like, these conversations are gonna like eventually be used against you. Like, oh, they talked to me and they were malicious, or they lied to me, even though you didn't do that, right? But like, that's how they'll frame it.
He's a bit of an asshole, but he's a YouTuber. That's not unusual. But not really. I can't. No one else I've seen is making any claims against Saber, or anywhere near the fucking nature of the Emmy claims. From his perspective, I can see.
No. I can. No, I just feel bad.
At the time, I read this as some kind of genuine remorse, but as things have moved on, it is abundantly clear that KP is not sorry in the least. This bitch is not.
She is sorry that she got caught. That's what it is.
Sorry for what she did to Saberspark. She's sorry it didn't work. We'll get into this further later, but one of KP's big problems is that she is completely delusional. During our conversations, I basically had to lay out very clearly the situation she and others had created for themselves in going after Saberspark in this way. I know that there is still an interest from other people in going after Saber and going after the DA Games group. I think those people are mental, if I'm honest. I think that the reality is that a video like this very much gives Saber carte blanche in the eyes of a lot of people. It's an unsubstantiated rape allegation. He's a victim of that. He is an actual victim. Which means now anyone who produces a hit piece on Saber, the immediate response to that from basically anyone who's not ingrained in the I Hate Saber crowd is going to be, you're making a hit piece on somebody with false rape who's had false rape accusations against them. That's like sort of like the line, and that is rough.
Yeah, you've poisoned the well. If there's like anything for Saber to actually be legitimately accused on, or not accused on, be criticized on, you've kind of like sort of like strengthened his fan base, because like, well, he's been falsely accused of shit in the past, and like this could be something that he like could actually need to take some criticism on and take accountability on in the future for whatever, right? Could range from like some shady YouTube business practices to like how he treats employees to anything, and you've ruined it.
Content to produce. It makes him a very difficult target if somebody did want to go after him. So we'll see. Some people don't care about that. A lot of people are more optics brained than they want to admit to. Now at this point, you may be wondering why simple concepts like Saberspark's going to get a lot of grace because you falsely accused him of rape need to be explained to KP like she's a mentally stunted 5-year-old. And that sounds mean, but I'm just...
I mean, her username is IloveKimPossibleAlot, and it still is. And I assume this woman is probably in her mid to late 30s. So, yeah, I can see the stunted allegations.
Giving a description here. KP, to be fair to her, is a trust fund kid nearing 40 who still lives at home.
She's a trust fund baby. That's like no, she's almost 40. Oh, I mean, I was kind of right with like the late 30s comment. Okay.
With her mother. She doesn't really have any normal human 40 who still lives at home with her mother.
She still lives with her mom? I mean, shit, man. Shit. Fucking hell, man.
She doesn't really have any normal human interactions. In fact, as far as anybody is aware, this woman has never had a long-term relationship, so it probably shouldn't come as much of a surprise.
Oh, dude, wait, hold on. You know what I need? I need someone to Photoshop the 40-year-old virgin poster, but add her face on it. It's a quick Photoshop edit. I need someone do that and post it in my Discord, because I would fucking love to see that.
Surprise that her understanding of normal human interactions are somewhat lacking. This may go some way to explaining why, in KP's response video, she completely fails to understand why Saberspark is getting so much quote-unquote grace. Saberspark showed evidence not just of his DMs with Emmy displaying what their relationship.
Maybe some tism. Does her mom remind her to take showers? Oh, dude. If so, that would be so fucking sad.
Looked like, but also evidence of how far he was prepared to go to prove his innocence. KP highlights the fact that Saberspark makes a mistake regarding the timeline in my interview with him.
When given his own testimony on the accusations leveled against him, his own lapses in memory are not painted as proof of malicious lie. His own incorrect recollection of events, as proved by the screenshots he himself provided, are not painted as proof of a malicious lie.
However, what KP completely fails to acknowledge is it doesn't matter, because Saberspark has also got the DMs. We can check in real time whether he is telling the truth. You can misspeak in an interview, it's okay. What you can't do is lie repeatedly in statements, which is what Emmy has done. KP also focuses in on the fact that there was some kind of relationship, so surely that means that something must have happened. And this is why I mentioned earlier that KP doesn't seem to have had any long-term relationships. The only way this dumb as rocks femcel can read human interactions is in some way aggressive. Now, I'm not just saying this without any kind of grounding. KP seems to have a long history of making accusations against people.
Oh god, is that what she looks like? Is that what she fucking looks like? Oh my... Hang on, chat. Hang on, I'm pulling it up, chat. Hang on. 1 second. Yeah, hang on. Hang on. Okay, we're gonna make sure to only show. Does she not look like that? Hey, okay, hang on. This, that. This, that. Is KP one of the Wayans brothers? Has this just been the Wayans brothers roleplaying this entire fucking time? Like, holy shit. Tell me I'm wrong, chat. Tell me I'm fucking wrong. Hang on. Okay, we're taking screenshots. Screenshot. Hang on. I am an awful person. I am a fucking awful person. I hope you guys acknowledge that. Hang on. Oh, we have a tweet from Cope and Steve an hour ago. Hang on. I'll read this out real quick before I tweet anything. Cope and Steve. Some people ask if KP false striking could get her channel nuke. Simple answer, I doubt it. Plenty of retards abuse the system. That said, I'm anti-deplatforming, so it's not something I'd endorse / want. Also, let's be honest, her channel and career are already long dead. So true. Her career is dead. Like her sex life. Hang on. Okay. We're tweeting this out. We are tweeting this out, and I hope I would love for this to gain traction. I'm not gonna lie. Hang on. I'm not the only one who sees this, right? I'm definitely yeah. Go go ahead, see the tweet. Oh, so funny. So fucking funny.
Predominantly that people are in some way attracted to her. Something that she, yes, does here in her response video.
This led to a good number of people speaking down to me, harassing me, and sending me death threats largely based on the assumption that I was a bitter, jealous, stupid woman targeting an innocent, successful, intelligent man for the sin of not dating me. To which I'd like to respond by saying, Steven, I'm just not that.
KP reminds me of the average Sex and the City fan. I have no idea what those look like, so I'm grateful.
Into you.
KP is obsessed with the idea that people must be attracted to her and must like her. In fact, during my conversations with her, despite the fact that I'm making a drama commentary video on her, she starts asking me, what would it take for me to watch her content again? Go on.
Well, you were a fan of the content before, like, controversies happened, right? Like, would you go out of your way to watch a video that wasn't about controversy that I made, like, randomly?
I mean, I liked some of the analysis stuff which was negative. I find media analysis generally. Well, I used to watch a lot of media analysis stuff. People like Ralph the Movie Maker. It is worth noting here, of course, I had a
He looks AI generated. Yeah. ChatGPT, generate me for me white woman. Generate white woman.
explained to her that my interest in her content and why I knew her was purely based on the horse news drama back in the day, and I should be
I'm sorry, the horse news drama? Oh sweet Jesus. Oh sweet heavenly Jesus. Okay.
be clear, that's a drama about her not paying her employees, something she still doesn't
Oh shit. Saber Sparks has something up on you. He pays his fucking employees, you fucking dumb white bitch.
understand as an issue to this day. But given that KP seems to have no issues with spreading allegations based on rumors, I think we should talk about the other occasion when KP spread false sexual harassment allegations about somebody. Now, I didn't include this in the first video because I can't fully evidence it, but I was told this story with remarkable detail by 3 separate people. And the TLDR is that while at a convention in the 2010s, KP was walked back to her hotel by one of the con staff. She would then spin this into him sexually harassing her, as he was clearly deeply in love with her. And while no logs for this story exist, I did ask KP about it, to which she responded, shockingly, by talking about one of her former editors. Just how many accusations has this psycho put out there?
Hey, thanks for talking to me.
Alright, fine.
So I'm totally blindsided by Casey's take on me. Like, I wish if I was coming off that way, she would have told me. So I was wondering if you had any, like, additional information about that, because I'm, like,
Sure.
horrified, I guess, a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, you know, I can, I don't blame you for finding that kind of a bit blindsiding, because I think it's difficult. So, I mean, I can give you my take generally, because it's, I think part of this comes down to, like, how the fandom worked and the fact that it was very non-confrontational. But I think it's
such a like a historian answer, but okay.
Well, I think part of it is like it's difficult because I see people all the time where they're like, "Oh, I didn't realize that I wasn't like clicking with people," and some of it was. It's a good way to describe some of the stories. Like some of it was stuff where it was just like you missed social cues with people.
Oh, the TISM allegations are strong with this one. She was probably... Oh, guy, you think she was homeschooled like Jar? I swear to God, man. Anyone who's ever been homeschooled, is just a fucking weirdo. I think the only person I've seen who was homeschooled who was not like a weirdo is like Cloudy from the Op Block. I think that's like the only person I've ever seen that's like seems normal.
How many people did you talk to about this? I'm a little concerned.
I'm a little concerned. How many people did you ask about my past and my weird interactions?
Well, I mean, I wanted to get like a full picture, and also there were some claims about you which I thought were, you know, it needed substantiating, because I didn't think they were fair to you. And I mentioned the essay story from one of the cons, which was mentioned to me by a few people, and I saw mentions of just when I was going through sort of like general takes on your history, which I can't substantiate. There's no logs for.
What for Emmy?
No, there was a claim that while you were at one of the cons, one of the staff offered to walk you back to the hotel room, and then you basically said that this person was going to essay you.
What the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is going on? Is that how you respond to it? I mean, like, usually you have what? No, I did not fucking do that. Or, dude, she, oh, this is fun.
I don't know what that is. I would need more information.
I can have a dig. I mean, I have heard it from a few people, so I don't know whether it's a rumor or something that's spiraled. But yeah, I
The
mean,
only thing I could think it could be is after the drama I had, after my first thing, Bob, I had an editor, Jordan, who got very attached to me in an unhealthy way, and when I kind of tried to cut him off, he lashed out. I think he made a video, he went to Horse News, like the whole thing. And I think I told BabsCon staff, was this at BabsCon, out of curiosity?
I'm not sure. So I'd have to go and check my notes. This is actually the last conversation I would ever have with KP. It occurred on the 24th, shortly after the release of my first video, because what really surprised KP was finding out that nobody liked her. And if I'm to give you a flavor of this interview, it's...
Wow, really? Really? You're shocked that... Why does no one like me?
Basically me explaining to an adult woman why she has been, for her whole life, unable to make any actual friends. I mean, I think the big thing was, like, Casey was just sad more than anything else.
Well, I mean, that's kind of my frustration with it, because part of it is, like, this would have been helpful if I knew what the elephant in the room is, but, like, I know Casey means well, but
You're the elephant in the room.
it's kind of insulting that I'm just so clueless and dumb, apparently, that she needs to mentor me without even having that direct conversation.
Well, like, I think one of the stories I heard was, like, your relationship with Jeff. Which was...
Jeff?
Yeah, Ace Best.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, it seemed like you didn't understand why he didn't want to be friends, or why he just didn't click with you. Like, this seemed to cause, like, a bit of drama.
No, it was more than that, because
Oh,
I
yeah?
think I just asked for something more casual than that. And he got really mad because I had to make him be direct.
Wait,
But
hang
like
on,
that
hang
was
on.
really mad casual than that. That because
Cause like a bit of drama. Friends, or why he just didn't click. It seemed like you didn't understand why he didn't want to be friends, or why he just didn't click with you. Like, this seemed to cause like a bit of drama.
no, it was more than that, because I think I just asked for something more casual than that.
So you want to be fuck buddies? Am I jumping the gun here? You want something casual with him?
And he got really mad because I had to make him be direct. But like that was what I mean. Like, even before all this, like, Casey kind of talked to me like, you know, there are some learning steps, and I'm just like, Casey, like can you politely get my side before you assume what is happening? So I don't know. That's an aside.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's difficult. Yeah, I mean, Emmy was part of this circuit for a while, and you said last night in DMs, you were like, "Oh well, it never occurred to me to ask Casey about Emmy." And when we spoke like the first time, and I was like, "Well, you knew it was Emmy from the start. Why didn't you look into her?" And again, this isn't just you. No one's looked into fucking anybody in this, so this isn't just a you problem. But like, why do you think it is that you never thought to like look into or ask anyone about Emmy?
I think I made the assumption that, like, because I know a lot of other a handful of girls this has happened to, but girls sometimes tend to fade out of the fandom because there's issues with harassment in general. like, yeah, and things like that. So I assumed she was part of a pattern, I guess, and she just kind of like distanced herself from her pony friends because this thing happened, and it upset
Oh
her
no,
kids.
not her pony friends. There is one thing that Saber Sparks, actually two things Saber Sparks is guilty of that we should sentence him life in prison for. And that is the fact he is one, a brony, and two, a furry. These actions of themselves deserve life in prison, as far as I'm concerned. But she's also, like, I guess her term wouldn't be brony. What's like what did he call the female version of a brony? Because, like, I don't know. I think it's less weird for a grown woman to like a show for little girls. Is that a hot take? I think it's less weird for a woman to like a show for little girls, right? Because, like, I don't know, you can have the excuse of like, oh, well, I grew up with like the original My Little Ponies, you know? So it's like a nostalgia thing. Dudes, they not a whole lot of excuse there.
It made her think of what she's claiming, so if that makes any sense.
In the case of KP, it is always someone else's fault. She is always the victim. And the reason I include this is because it brings me on to why I am leaking my DMs with KP. Now, normally I have a pretty hard rule about not doing this, but in this case, I actually feel like my hand is being forced a little bit. KP presents my coverage as deeply biased in favor of Saberspark, which, I mean, I'm biased by the fact that he's innocent, sure, but there is something deep.
A brunette, okay. A brunette. Thank you, Robin.
The actual reason KP stopped talking to me, it's because her current response video is not the one she was planning to make. In fact, originally, she planned to go after Casey. Apparently, she wasn't happy with the way that Casey had characterized her, but having spent hours talking to KP, I'm going to be honest with you, if anything, Casey was way too nice. Behind the scenes through this entire thing, KP has been flip-flopping between different sides depending on who's speaking to her. And these DMs come shortly after KP had had a conversation with Emily, in which I've been reliably informed by the third party she completely rolled over. At one point, and bear in mind that this is second-hand testimony for which I can't present any evidence because the call wasn't recorded, KP said that she didn't have any sympathy for Saberspark as the allegations were being treated as no big deal, while the harassment her and Emmy were receiving was far worse.
Oh, poor baby. Poor baby, someone criticized you for false rape accusations. Oh no. You poor thing, whatever shall we do? Oh no. Oh no. Shame, for shame.
This also goes some way to explain why it's taken so long for KP to actually respond. Half the time, people have seemingly been talking her off the ledge of what she's planning to put into this damn thing. And it's worth noting that some of what was in the August draft of the response video did actually leak, because Cartoonshi would put out this tweet in reference to it. But being the professional that I am, I have saved the best for last, because I want to show you the last message.
Poor innocent defenseless white women. Oh no.
I would ever receive from KP.
What the fuck
because
is
it is completely fucking
This is an
mental.
essay. What the fuck?
Beckett, I have now reviewed your video feeling emotionally prepared to do so, and it's clear I was working against a bias throughout the entire project.
I was shocked. Hasan's dog.
For example, my comment saying, "Are you cool with me?" was not about whether people hated me, it was about whether I felt emotionally safe in an intense moment, which I didn't. There are more examples like this in your coverage. I also believe you made ethically questionable editorial choices. Your timeline/screenshot analysis in the second video risks being toxic, given trauma memory theory, a real documented
Could be. I'm sorry, trauma memory theory? Okay.
fact. Yet you didn't hold Saber to the same standard you held Emily, something Emily herself pointed out in her video. I don't know what Saber told you off the record, but it's evident it shaped your narrative in ways I couldn't respond to. The same applies to your handling of the Casey and Henry stories. I barely know Henry, so what you repeated was gossip unrelated
University
to the
research paper. No, for real, man. This is like, dude, this is when it's like your teacher tells you you have to have like a 5,000 page essay. I'm sorry, a 5,000 word essay, and you're like, fuck, how am I gonna fucking write this?
topic, which I couldn't clarify. If Casey or Henry want clarification on the unsupported accounts they heard, they are welcome to contact me. I'd like to just pause here for a second and highlight the fact that this crazy bitch is complaining about me apparently spreading rumors while she is leveling false rape allegations. Unfucking believable. My weed use was framed as a stoner caricature, when in reality it was a coping mechanism for a highly triggering situation tied to
Oh no! Oh no!
my clinically diagnosed PTSD. I took the call.
What
with
do you
to
have
clarify-
What do you have PTSD for? What? Were you in fucking Vietnam? You're old enough. No, she was. No, you know what? She was in the Iraq War. She's old enough.
Clarify that the issues of child safety in the DA games community and Saber's involvement in that was misread in your video. Instead of hearing me out, you made assumptions, painted Emily as a liar based solely on Saber's word, and her reputation applies a perfect victim bias, also a real documented effect of trauma, which is both ethically flawed and harmful. You underplayed my intelligence, dismissed my emotional state, and allowed Saber's unchallenged, off-the-record statement to influence your betrayal of me. This reinforced the jealous girl archetype in your work, a mischaracterization.
It's a mischaracterization that I'm jealous.
Failing to hold Saber accountable for his public lies, which I can document, signals to others that legitimate concerns will be met with gaslighting and silence. That's a dangerous precedent for victims and whistleblowers. Frankly, it was a mistake to speak to you. You took advantage of my time and openness in a difficult situation. I assumed you were a sympathetic ally, someone who would point out my mistakes, but highlight the original point of the video.
She has PTSD from my online harassment. It reminds me of a goblin. Who are you referencing there? Reminds me of a goblin. You referencing Wash?
The child safety. But you painted me as a hopeless fool, acting on ambition and anger, which was never my intention. I had clarified with Casey months before your video went live, who Saber also influenced by framing events in a way I couldn't counter beforehand. Feel free to check those screenshots. I also let you convince me Emily was purely lying when the situation was
Cyrax. Oh, damn.
much more complicated than that. I believe there was miscommunication on both sides, but Saber is at fault for social cue assumptions at the very least. For the record, telling someone you have a crush on them is never consent for sexual conduct, period. My hope is that in the future...
Yeah, I don't think anyone disagrees with that. What?
I'll choose to keep what I said in mind and explore the complex states of victims by citing psychological studies and be a stronger advocate for victims rather than an uncritical amplifier for those who ask. I will be ceasing all contact with you, but have cleared Lio to speak on my behalf if additional information needs to be clarified. Now this is all obviously quite a lot to go through, so we're going to break it down into sections and talk about it a little bit because my God, KP is out of her fucking mind. I actually don't know quite how to respond to somebody this delusional, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
Beckett, after talking to Lio Convoy, Just a Robot, all the insane people in the art commentary community, he's like, holy shit, I've met my match. I don't know how to respond to this crazy lady.
I'm going to begin by just repeating myself, because I feel that's the only way that I might somehow get through to KP. Saberspark actually has evidence. Not only that, he went to the extent of pulling his house apart, looking for old hard drives.
Oh damn, he like hang on. I'll pull out my ancient ass technology.
And actually putting his wallet to work trying to gather more evidence to prove his innocence. He shouldn't have to do this, by the way. The burden is on you guys, and you guys have no proof. You're just leveling false allegations against somebody. You are not in the right here. You're actually the villain. Frankly, what you've done to Saberspark is...
KP is the one that broke him out of everyone. KP broke him.
is abusive. This is, and I will repeat myself from the first video, one of the worst things you can do to another human being. But moving on to the section about weed and me painting KP as some sort of stoner archetype, I didn't paint you as a stoner, KP. You said this in our first conversation.
Wrong chat, KP. You gave me the screen cap instead of the chat.
Oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I might have taken an edible before this, because this...
Oh, I'm not a stoner. Why are you portraying me as like a dumb stoner? I'm sorry, guys. I may have eaten an edible before this. By the way, this is not me being anti-weed. Dude, I smoked a joint last night, so...
This is just so fucking hard to get through.
As for this beginning part of the next section, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not really sure what KP means here. I don't know whether she just misphrased something, but this sentence doesn't make a lot of sense to me, which helpfully brings me on to talking about KP's intelligence. I'd ask you to know that KP constantly highlights the fact she feels people speak down to her. And I've just got to be honest here, the reason people treat you like an idiot, KP, is because you are, in fact, an idiot. I'm actually not trying to be mean here. You're just kinda dumb. I mean, let's be honest, what sort of a freak puts jealous girlfriend archetype into an angry Discord note? The only way KP can even process reality is by talking about it like it's a fucking TV show. KP is completely disconnected from reality. Normally this would just be very funny, but she's constantly accusing people of serious crimes, which sort of tints that perspective a little bit. Finally,
Man. These people are so goddamn funny, because it's like, normally, right, you can ignore them. They're on their own section of the internet. You can just kind of like, oh yeah, those are the weird people, and you can kind of give yourself a chuckle. But then they're like, no, I have serious accusations I need to bring forth. And it's just like, okay, kid gloves are off. You're a fucking moron.
Talk about her takes around Saberspark and Emily. The truth is that KP cannot believe Saberspark is innocent. He must be guilty of something. In her most recent response video, KP makes the insane claim that Saberspark is abusive for wanting Emily to take a pregnancy test.
His own admission of trying to force a woman to take a pregnancy test against her will is not seen as a violation of consent, privacy, and bodily autonomy, but instead as a horrible event. He was...
What? I don't know, man. You know, when you're in a situation where you kind of need to know if, like, there's going to be a kid involved, you kind of need to know, like, ASAP, you know, ideally, so that way you can make preparations or make difficult decisions if need be. So, yeah, he's, I don't know, pushy with the pregnancy test thing. Which, by the way, you're saying he was pushy, but then, like, his recollection of it was like, yeah, I kind of need to know. Like he didn't, I don't know, he didn't sound too forceful in his explanation of it. Maybe Emily thinks he was, but like, come on.
was made a victim of by the girl he had targeted.
Which is further fuel to the fire that this woman has never had a long-term partner. And finally, KP's
I mean, I think we should be grateful that KP's never going to have kids. I think we should be grateful for that. Oh, God. Can you imagine? Can you imagine that poor kid, what they're going to go through in life if they were ever known as like the child of I Love Kim Possible a lot?
Sign-off note to me, asking me to cite psychological studies and be a stronger advocate for victims. Well, on the psychological studies side, as I do not have a qualification in psychology, I think I'll give that one a miss, rather than trying to give a layman's interpretation. I think we have enough of that on YouTube, if I'm being completely honest. But I do want to talk about KP's motivations. As she notes here, many people have accused her of clout chasing.
A lot of my intent with the video and what I chose to platform in it was assumed. Concerns to me that are still much legitimate were and continue to be brushed off as clout chasing or jealous woman scorn mentality.
Now, I personally do not believe that KP only did this to get some clout. Though it is true from my own conversations with her, she clearly feels a little inadequate and like her life hasn't quite gone the way she planned. No, I think the reason...
Well, yeah, if she's a trust fund kid, she never had to work for anything in her entire life. She gets to coast off of her parents' money. Or her mom's money. It sounds like her parents may be divorced or her dad's dead. Who knows? But, like, point is, she never had to work for anything in her life. Yeah, she has this, like, feeling of unfulfillment. But, like, she fucking takes that out on everyone online and accuses them of rape.
Reasons are much more simple. KP is a deeply vindictive woman. She didn't do any of this because she cares about victims. She did it because KP feels like everyone else passed her by. And the reasons can't be her. What remains of her incredibly fragile ego won't allow her to accept that. In KP's worldview, her channel failed because Chris told a story about her one time, or maybe Saberspark twisted people against her. When the reality is...
Dude, I'm sorry, but if your channel is reliant on like one person liking you've already failed. Cause like people aren't like coming to you because like they like your content, then at that point they're coming to you because so and so likes you. I wouldn't want that. I would want people to watch my content for me. Clearly not KP though. Clearly not KP. She just wants number to go up. That's it.
It's far more simple. KP, your content just about got by when you were dealing with the brony community, but you have nothing to offer a modern day viewer, which is perhaps the greatest irony of this entire drama from your perspective. Regardless of the outcome, positive or negative, it wouldn't have actually helped you. Nobody was watching beforehand, and going forward, nobody's watching in the future. IloveKimPossibleAlot is a fascinating relic of an older time on YouTube, when people who didn't really have any talent could build some kind of a fan base just based off the fact that there wasn't much competition. It's undeniable that KP saw the response to a Lily Orchard video, the first video in a very, very long time that gained any kind of traction, and decided that that might be a viable route forward for.
She was like, oh, I could just talk about victims all the time, and I'll get tons of money. I bet that's an over an hour long video too. I bet you the ad revenue was fucking it was fantastic. But no. It no work. It no work. You failure. You failure, KP. You failure.
For her. I have no idea what the future holds for this chick, but after a debacle like this, it's certainly not on YouTube. Now this is obviously a lot more ranty than something I'd put out normally as structured content, but I have to be honest, I'm just really sick of this woman. KP is infuriating to deal with, and after watching this whole thing unfold for months now, seeing this 10-minute piss poor response kind of just threw me over the edge. There is, however, one last thing I want to discuss from her video before we move on.
So moving forward, how can we, as the online community, do better? What changes can we make to improve child safety or our fandom spaces? What kind of conversations should we be having? How about power dynamics in fandom spaces and the people that abuse them? Creators turning their fan bases into dating pools? Grooming behaviors passed off as normal internet interactions? These were the kinds of conversations I was intending to spark with my last video. This was my intent. And with the end of the video, I'd like to close off with a note about accountability. Throughout the whole ordeal, I have seen a lot of people attributing my lack of response to mean a lack of accountability, that I was avoiding.
KP will be moving to Kick next year. Yeah, she'll do like fucking shitty ass live streams.
The controversy, and that I was trying to erase or ignore it. Something I invite the audience to think about is what accountability is, what it looks like, and what it isn't. Someone jumping to respond as soon as possible or through as many avenues as possible is not indicative of taking accountability, especially if that response is to victimize/martyr yourself in the face of accusations and criticism. True accountability is stating whether or not you did something on its face, regardless of any intentions or effect, and without excusing yourself or attacking the accuser. Example: I made the original video. It was bad, and I understand that. Jumping to dismiss someone as cloud chasing and trying to justify why what happened isn't the word they're using is not accountability. It's obfuscation and defense. And you didn't need to defend something that didn't happen. Anyway, this was heavy.
It is criminal that KP is so lazy that after years of being on YouTube, she can't even read a script properly. She has had 4 months to make this video, and that was the best take? Are you
Listen, she's got a lot on her plate, okay?
kidding me? As for what she actually says here, KP is incapable of taking any kind of accountability. It is laughable that she thinks she can start a conversation or in some way dictate how other people should be acting. I like the way she invites the audience to consider what accountability is. KP, I'd like to invite you to consider what accountability is. Not to mention the fact that she is, by going after Saberspark, once again blaming the victim. God, this chick is just vile. No wonder all her friends distance from her. And with that, I think I have gone over everything I wanted to.
All right. So, and briefly talk about it once more. KP, you seem to love copyright striking people who use your content, who react to your content. So, KP, I'm just letting you know now, okay? Listen, baby girl, listen, all right? Listen. You fucking go after me. I am going to enjoy every fucking second of it. I'm going to milk the attention that would give me to the best possibility, okay? I don't get me wrong, I can work the tear ducts too if I need to, okay? I will give myself so many fucking labels that, you know, it like everyone's just gonna be like, how could you go after them? Okay, I'm gonna just say I'm a neurodivergent white passing black man that you're just oppressing with your white woman culture. But nah, yeah, for real, don't even fucking think about striking me. Although, let's be real, I don't think this video is going to grab her attention, so there are benefits. There are benefits to being a smaller channel and, you know, just skirting on by. But guys, before, you know, I'd be lying if I said she's got a lot on her mind. Oh no, yeah, you're right. Not a whole lot going on there. I guess you're fucking right. God damn. Oh, Jesus, man. Jesus. All right, hang on. We're going to get the outro song here. I do don't worry, this is not, I know, I originally, I said that this is going to be a very long stream, and I do plan on covering everything today. It's just I want to take a quick break, get something to eat. I doubt you guys want to, like, have me eat on stream. So, just take care, everyone. We got to shout out all the lovely members before we get off. First off, we got to thank Pigeon Salad, who for well over a year now has been a Super Nerd 3, aka the $9.99 tier. That's super fucking awesome, man. I can't thank you enough for all the support you've shown the channel. And to all the Super Nerd ones, which, by the way, guys, if you're feeling generous, you can join for just 99 cents. We have Cool Anime Girls, Wookie Z, GG Hearts, Kickin' the Swede, Neon, Lady Nerdist, K-Huck, Daniel, and Annie. Thank you all for the support you've shown this channel. I am eternally grateful for everything you guys do for the channel. If you enjoy, hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications. I am Nerdy John, signing out. Take care. Just letting the outro music play. If it will start, please start. There we go.
Like a hand reaching for a handle, but to find that it was never there. Candidly, I can't handle knowing that it's all up in the air. I thought the world ended in March until I heard the doorbell ring. Can't keep from falling apart, but I'll glue back everything again. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end. This can't be the end of all that summer had to say. What little time has gone away. I'll glue it all back anyway. I'll glue it all back anyway. Like the wing of a sparrow or a plane drops down a couple feet again to catch the wind that still remains, but I'm left breathless anyway. I thought the world ended in March until I heard the doorbell ring. Just me here standing in the dark, but I'll light up everything